Hello there, it's Burn-A-Briar, and today I will be doing a video response to Flat Cat Piper for his 1k grams of tobacco giveaway. I believe it's a giveaway that he's hosting due to gaining 1,000 subscribers. I've noticed he's just not far over 1,000, so congratulations Flat Cat Piper. It's quite the achievement, and for his giveaway he's asked us to answer 5 questions. And I think the idea is that in answering these questions, we're telling everybody a little bit more about ourselves and getting further involved in the community here on YouTube, which is, I think, a very good thing. But before we get on to that, I will do a bit of housekeeping. I'm smoking some Three Nuns Yellow, so the straight Virginia Three Nuns by McBaron, and I'm smoking it in my Calabash, the real gourd meerschaum capped Calabash that I was given by my grandmother when I first got into pipe smoking. I've had a couple of comments in the past asking me to do a review with the Calabash pipe. I don't believe I've smoked it in a video yet, and whilst this isn't a review, I hope those of you who are interested in this pipe enjoy watching me smoke it in this video. So without further ado, let's get this lit. And I may just open the window a touch. Sorry. Calabash pipes smoke incredibly smooth. I don't know if anybody else who's watching owns or has smoked Calabash, but for some reason I always find I get a little bit more of a nicotine hit out of the tobacco I'm smoking than I would in other pipes. I not entirely sure why that is, but yeah, that was the charring light. I'll just get this lit and then I'll crack on with Flat Cat's questions. Flat Cat Piper's questions. So, of the 5 questions, the first was, how did you choose your YouTube name? So my YouTube name is Burn-A-Briar, but when I first set up the account, one or two of you may remember if you really have followed me from the very beginning, but it was actually Burn-A-Bowl, and I was in the final year of my bachelor's degree in architecture when I set the account up, and I was in architecture we're taught a lot of basic graphic design, and I really liked the idea of a word, a hyphen, the letter A in capital, a hyphen, and a final word, because I thought the A with the 2 hyphens either side could create an interesting graphic on which I could base a logo. Now, I've never really got very graphic about my channel. I haven't put too much sort of I haven't got nearly as techie as I thought I would with the YouTube channel. I've kept it pretty lo-fi, I think they call it, which I'm quite happy with. I think I sort of quite like the channel being as it is. But when I first set it up, I was being overly ambitious, and I was trying to work out what would work, and I chose Burn-A-Bowl. But so I made my first video, uploaded it, and logged out of my account and decided to type in Burn-A-Bowl to see how easy it would be to find my channel. If you type in, well, certainly, early 2017, if you typed in Burn-A-Bowl on YouTube, you came up with a lot of videos focused on the smoking of cannabis. And I just sort of thought, oh gosh, that doesn't really work with what I'm trying to do here. This channel has nothing to do with smoking cannabis, and not relevant really. So I changed the name pretty quickly to Burn-A-Briar, and it's stuck ever since. The second question is, where are you from? And where are you living now? The Flat Cap Piper did say it didn't have to be overly specific. I was born in the southeast of England, in West Kent, in a town called Royal Tunbridge Wells. Those of you from England or the UK may have heard of Tunbridge Wells, and it's a nice place. I was quite lucky to have grown up there. And where I'm living now, I live in West London, studying for my master's degree in architecture. Question 3 is, how long have I smoked a pipe? I have smoked a pipe properly, with proper pipe tobacco since I was 18. I went out the day after my 18th birthday to buy a tin of pipe tobacco. I'm currently 26, so that's 8 years now. It doesn't feel like I've been smoking a pipe for 8 years, blimey. Gosh. Never really thought about that until this. Yes, I've been smoking a pipe for 8 years properly, and experimented before that with, cigarette rolling tobacco in a pipe I owned from probably the age of 16. But 8 years a proper pipe smoker. Question 4 is, what am I looking forward to in my pipe smoking journey? Now, this is a really, really hard question to answer, and I'll give it 2 answers. The first is, what do I look forward to, I suppose, in my pipe smoking journey? There is something that comes about once in a while, and I'm sure many of us go through it. You just light a pipe. It doesn't necessarily have to be a particular tobacco or a particular pipe, but you light your bowl and you smoke, and you just have one of those perfect smokes. Everything tastes just as you want it. The setting is right, and the smoke becomes very quickly the highlight of your day. That's something I look forward to intermittently in my pipe smoking. But looking at the pipe smoking journey as a wider thing, I think this is what the question is really about. I suppose the next step for me would be to I was going to say to meet other pipe smokers and to perhaps get a bit more involved in the community, because I think that's certainly up there. But just as I was going to say that, something did cross my mind. To get a Dunhill, to get a new Dunhill pipe. I know I'm going to do it one day, probably as to mark some kind of landmark occasion, I expect. I've known for many years exactly the pipe I'd like as well. It's the little sort of semi-bent Prince in the chestnut range. I'd be happy with the Group 3. So, yeah. sort of gave 3 answers to one question. I hope you don't mind, Flat Cat Piper. And then question 5 is, what YouTube videos other than pipe smoking videos do you watch? I watch all sorts on YouTube, often related to other hobbies I have, but something I find I go to time and time again, and this is probably to help me deal with the stress of my work, and just because I find it a bit of a pleasure, it is actually a lot of the videos made by the ASMR community. For those of you who aren't aware what ASMR is, they're videos specifically created to trigger a sensation in viewers. I don't believe everybody experiences this sensation, so it is for a sort of select few who do, but it's a kind of relaxing, dreamy, tingling sensation, and certain noises or situations can trigger it in certain people, and there's an array of videos out there designed to trigger this response in people. In fact, I think ASMR stands for Auto-Meridian Sensory Response, which is the scientific term for the sensation I described. And yes, it's like, I don't know why, there's some sort of stigma around ASMR, and it's sort of supposedly a little bit embarrassing to admit you watch it, but because I suppose it's quite a private thing. But no, I'll admit I do watch quite a few of the ASMR videos, and it's very good for coping with the stress of work, and a bit of late night escapism is one, perhaps. If I've headed to bed but I can't sleep, if I put a pipe smoking video on, it'll just wake me up and get me thinking about what tobaccos to buy next, or it would stimulate me, whereas a ASMR video would not. It would have the opposite effect. So they were my answers to the 5 questions, and I think also part of the giveaway is that we nominate somebody else to make a video response, as I have here, and answer the questions. So another pipe presenter, I will nominate Redcoat's Return. And I believe the setup is, if Redcoat's Return does make a video response by the time of the drawing, I'll get my chances of being drawn will increase. So yes, I'll nominate Redcoat's Return. Thank you very much to Flat Cat Piper for hosting the giveaway. The prizes that you're giving out for this look to be incredibly generous. And yeah, it's been fun to take part. I am coming up to the 300 subscriber mark, and I've intended for some time, if there is interest in doing a giveaway of my own. As with this giveaway, the intention would be to get to know people a little better, and my idea for it, it's an idea I've had for some time, would be to encourage people to make a video response describing another hobby they have. I consider pipe smoking a hobby. I know many of us in the YTPC do. But many of us are hobbyists, and we have more than one hobby. I certainly have a handful of hobbies, and perhaps it would be interesting if others could talk about their hobbies. Mention in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Making a video responsive once I hit the 300 subscriber mark, and if there's enough interest, I'll do a little giveaway. Nothing as extravagant as Flat Cat Piper's giveaway. I'm just a student. I've probably don't possess enough tobacco or pipes to do anything really exciting to win, but it would be interesting if there was enough interest in me doing so. It'd be good if people could take part. Well, so that's all from me. I hope you're all enjoying your smokes. I have to say, this is smoking really well. This pipe, it's a bit cumbersome due to its size, but it always manages to generate a cool and sweet smoke from whatever you put in it. So I'm enjoying this, and I'll carry on enjoying it as I crack on with my work. And I hope you all enjoy your smokes too. Until next time, thank you, goodbye.